Hello, everybody. This is Nita from Autism and Us. Well, today I'm going to talk about ADHD. I have personal experience with ADHD and autism. My son is 13 and he has the ADHD thing. Now, first, before he officially got diagnosed with ADHD, well, he was actually oh, 6 years old. But before that, he was really on the ziggity boom, if you know what I mean. Jumping, uh, running into walls, jumping off the beds. He just couldn't sit still. He couldn't sit in one place. So at first, you chalk it off as, well, he's still a baby. That's what babies do, or that's what boys do. He's doing the boy thing. Then it came a point to where I really got afraid that he would hurt himself. Well, anyway, we went and spoke with the doctor, and of course, it's that balance between, is it the autism? Because of course, children with autism without the ADHD, of course, um, there's some things there, the movements, where they can't sit still, that may mimic ADHD. But with my son, it was very, very obvious that he had attention deficit hyperactive, activity, disorder, that type of thing. So, and when I say obvious, it wasn't just the, okay, I'm going to sit here, I can't sit still, I got to get up, move around, the rocking. It wasn't just that, it was a little bit more. He was jumping, he's a little daredevil. And that was back then. And he's 13 now, and he's still a daredevil. So I get asked a lot about medications. Why did I medicate? Well, the first and most very important reason was because I was afraid that because of how active he is, and just to give you an idea, he's hyperdrive. When he hits the floor in the morning, it's not the usual, oh, I gotta get up, shake it off, go to the bathroom type. When he wakes up, it may be a moment of in the bed stretching, but as soon as his feet hit the floor, he's gone. So, the most important reason that I started the medication with him was so that he could calm down and he wouldn't hurt himself. Second reason was school thing. He was not concentrating. He was getting up, and I observed that. So he was getting up, um, constantly moving around, not too much paying attention, that type of thing. So I needed him to be focused because I wanted him to be able to learn, improve, and progress. And I just felt he couldn't do that if he was constantly moving around. Um, the other thing is other people have to watch my son. So um, there's that personal thing because I had to work, dad had to work. Um, um, when there was a moment we needed other people to watch him, who is going to watch him or who has the patience, like dad or I or his siblings? So there were three things um, that the decision of why the decision was made to medicate. So we tried a few. I'm going to say about three. We had to go through about three medicines, and I can't just name them right off the top of my head, but it was a few different medications that we tried to see which one helped balance him out. The first one we tried was a definite no-go. He just looked sluggish. He was seemed like he was sick, or he just didn't want to be bothered. I didn't like it at all. The second one sort of did the same thing, although not as bad as the first one, but he was spaced out. I mean, just he took the medicine. About 20 minutes later, he was just sitting there, not doing anything, and it was like he didn't want to. There was some adjustments made, and it was still the same thing. Um, the third one was perfect, and that's the medication he's on now. So it was perfect. We tried that. We did do 2 adjustments just to make sure. He's not spaced out, but what it does for him, it calms him down, so he's not jumping off the walls. He's doing a lot better in school. He's been on these meds, this particular one, for about four years now. But he pays attention in school. During therapy, he's very attentive. Um, he talks to me. Now he's still a little active, but not as much because the medication is not a very high dosage, but it's just enough to where he can function. Function. So those are a couple of reasons why we did, and we want him to be able to make it through life, you know. And if you're not concentrating, jumping, and have to be around other people, so medications have their good sides when it comes, especially to ADHD. So there is some good sides. I hear a lot of people, why didn't you go the natural way? Blah, blah, blah. We tried natural things like his sleep. That's another part of that brain movement where he just never sleeps, literally. So we had to find something so he can get rest. He's on 2 meds. One is for the daytime, ADHD, and the second med he takes at night at bedtime, so he can calm down and have a restful sleep because he was not sleeping. My son would literally stay up for 24 hours. We tried the melatonin, that did absolutely nothing. Many adjustments as we could. Um, and at the time, I had to get up at 3 in the morning for work. And at the time, he also had to get up around 6:30 a.m. in the morning for school. And if he did not go to sleep, it was going to be a rough day for everybody because he was irritable, um, couldn't concentrate, of course, was sleepy. So we have to do things to make sure our kids can function. Um, yes, I would love to be able to take them off. And actually, we kind of slow down some of the dosages. So on the weekends, uh, like now, I kind of let him go for what he knows, unless he's just getting too rambunctious, too much into things. He likes to tear paper and things like that. It's always movement. Um, he's even he scared me so bad. A few weeks ago, he was at the top of the basement stairs. We have the basement. Go through the kitchen and the stairs are right there. And he actually did a daredevil move and it's about what 10, 10, 10, 11 steps. Thank God he did not hurt himself. But he jumped up like it was nothing, but it scared me to death because he could have hit his head or what have you. But I just wanted to kind of explain to some people that don't understand, why would you medicate your kids. It's not that you just want to do it. And I'm not even going to say you just have to do it, but you have to realize the world around them. Um, um, and you want them to be able to function. And you work with them to get them off the medication. But if you have to start them, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. And yes, there are side effects. There are side effects in everything. Even the food we eat have side effects. So I mean, it's no different. I would rather him be able to function, and I'm gonna continuously use that term, able to function in this world, than for him to get hurt or for someone to hurt him because he's getting in their way. So when he's calm, he can. I guess the word is function like a normal person would, or like maybe you and I. And that's not to say most of us without autism, we have ADHD. And yes, they can go hand in hand, but it's two different diagnoses because, again, certain things with autism and movements, constant movements, are just from the spectrum side of things. ADHD is different, and it's kind of obvious. I don't know how to explain it, but it was explained to me with the doctor, and that's why he got the two diagnoses. And once again, yes, I would love to take my son off of medications, and hopefully one day. They say the older they get, the more calmer, but right at this point, and again, he is 13, that does not seem to be the case. to be the case. Um, but hopefully, by the time he's, and maybe by 16, maybe he'll calm down and we won't have to worry about it. But we are working with ways. He is in ABA therapy, so uh, his BT Tech is taking the time with him to teach him calm down methods, and I've learned some as well. And that helps with even the meltdowns, not just the constant activity, but the meltdowns. I've had TVs broken, and I'm talking about literally 5 televisions because of the ADHD and the meltdown tantrum type thing going on. He's not aggressive in a sense of hurting anybody like that, or we haven't gotten to that point yet, thank God. But he's never been a aggressive child. He's just always been pretty active. But again, we're working on ways for that to calm down. I've learned the countdown technique, and he loves numbers. So that was one reason that was chosen. Countdown 1, 2, 3, 4, or down 10, 9, 8. And he kind of, if he's in that jumping mood, he like, let's count, and he'll slow down because it's something he likes. So you can put numbers in front of him if they're rolling. Um, his attention is on those numbers. So we're learning ways to help calm him down and try to get him, at least try to get him away from the medication. Then again, it's to so that he can function in this world. Um, so, no. For those of you who think it's like a abusive thing and I would never do it, never say never. Especially if you've never been in someone's situation and you don't know exactly what's going on in their household. I've heard parents are adamant about not giving medications to their children. And most of the time, these are parents that are able to be there on a daily basis with their child, and maybe they can watch their child's every move. But the moment I turn my head and uh, my son is on his ziggity boom type thing, it only takes a second and to run into a wall. I can give you an example. His thumb now today and I'll have to show you one that is smashed from where he looks like. I say looks like because I didn't see it. Closed his uh, finger in the door during one of his active runs, or he smashed it or something or something. We don't know. Things like that. Injuries. You turn around one minute they're okay, and the next minute you're like, "Well, what happened? What did you do?" And they're with you. So, if you have the patience to always watch your child 24/7 and they're like this, then yeah, that's a good thing. But if you have things to do and you know your child is always, and you just can't keep your eye on them, I don't think anybody can. But um, if you can do it, you know, hurrah for you, hurrah for you. But again, my situation may be a little different. So, but that's some of the reasons why it's to function, to help them function um, in a normal capacity. Right now, he's in the room playing his video game, and that's another thing that grabs his attention when he's really rolling and when he gets excited, especially about race cars. Race cars and numbers are two things that will help grab his attention. And when he's really on a roll, you put on that race car game and he's all in, and that you can see the ADHD working because he gets really, really, really excited. That's one. That's the reason I got him. Um, but that's my thing on ADHD. That's my little bit. So, uh, yeah. So again, they're two different diagnoses, but they can go hand in hand. If your child is just minimal doing things, I would not say put them on medicine. Say, wait it out. But um, one day I'll have to have a video with my son in full form. But therapy and the meds have worked, and hopefully with the therapy we can get them away from that. But that's my bit for today. I'll see you guys later. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Subscribe and like this video, and stay tuned for more content and Let's Talk Autism sessions coming soon. See you.